How many of you, upon looking at what this card did, kept looking at that shit and thinking that the text would change because you would want something so much better than this? That shit don't work like that, ladies and gentlemen. U.A Winning Tactics is a quick play, my favorite card type in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you control 2 or more UA monsters with different names, shuffle as many monsters on the field as possible into the deck. This special summon from your deck a number of UA monsters with different names up to the number of cards shuffled into your main deck, but they cannot attack this turn. So, if you was going to activate this during your turn, you couldn't just flat out kill somebody. Your opponent special summoning from their deck as many monsters as the amount of cards shuffled into their main deck, and of course you can only activate 1 UA Winning Tactics per turn. Because this card isn't like flat out broken shit to some of you believe that this card is bad and it is not. The main issue I have, but it's a necessary one, is that this requires you to have at least 2. Unless you're doing some really cute shit, it's going to take just a little bit of time for you to get 2 on the field. Use that Feast of the Wild thing, whatever, but that only works with Perfect Ace and Mighty Slugger. I guess people are going to do this shit anyway, but if you can get past that, everything else is fine. Because of how this card is worded, you summon your Ultra Athletes first, and you can summon Linebacker. Linebacker does have that effect. When your opponent special summons monsters, you can negate their effects. It does not specify when the effect negation goes away, so it's more or less permanent, I guess, as long as it's on the field and you switch the position of those monsters. So if your opponent thought they was going to attack your Ultra Athletes, think again, nigga. And that is pretty cool. But that's just under the scenario of only 2 UAs out. It wouldn't be that good of a card if Linebacker was not created. You see how this shit just goes together? If Linebacker was not created, Winning Tactics would be shitty because you wouldn't have a way to respond to your opponent's special summoning crap. But at least that is my opinion. I know people wanted some broken shit. Too bad, motherfucker. It's not a win condition. That turn you play it. If anything, they should have just gave us another level 4. I don't want to say that this is all the support that the UAs are getting, but if it is, then what exactly are you going to do? It isn't like the UAs were high rarity. These motherfuckers were rare and common. I'm just saying, it ain't difficult for you to get the shit if you really want it. Even without the other level 4, at least you have monsters to choose from. Because we didn't exactly have this when it was introduced in Duelist Alliance. So be grateful. Woosah. So on that note, I'd like to thank each and everybody for watching. Appreciate that shit. Can't stress it enough. Before you go, I'd like to also ask you to click an advertisement because it is the easiest and the cheapest way to support me. It takes no money out your pocket and literally seconds out your day. Don't think it's too much to ask. And I'm grateful and appreciative you take the time to do it. It's not like Powered Jersey on Mighty Slugger type of good, but it's like if your opponent summons like a Shadal or something, and then you be like, put them shits back, and then you get to summon like a goalkeeper and a linebacker, and your opponent summons some stuff, and you'd be like, fuck you, and then you can next turn return this to summon this, then return. It's not that bad. Come on, stop being picky. I'm supposed to be that because that's what my last name is.